So breaking news just coming in. Let's go straight to that. Aryan Khan's bail hearing is to begin shortly. 12 more cases left to be heard before Aryan's case comes up. Aryan's bail plea is item number 57 in the Bombay High Court list, and currently the hearing was on the item number 45. Mustafa Sheikh is getting us more details in that story. Mustafa, approximately what time is that case expected to come up, given that the court is also going to be wrapping up for the day, isn't it? Mustafa Sheikh is with us. Mustafa, what time is that case expected to come up? There are 12 more cases left, is what you've been telling us, but the court has certain limitations vis-a-vis timing also. So does it appear that it might just get delayed even further, or might even spill over for tomorrow or any other day?
Well, it is possible if any of the cases which are going on takes time, because what we have been told by our correspondent Vidya, who's inside the court and constantly tracking, that about 9 cases are now left, and they are moving at a fast pace. She has also told us that Justice Sambre, in whose court Aryan's matter is listed, is known to have taken hearings till 6 and 6:30 p.m. at the court at official times, and at 5 p.m. So he is a judge who really takes up a board and then completes it in the day and then only gets up. So he is really whether the hearing comes up or not is something we'll have to wait and see. Also, the case will take time, as it's not a case which can get over in half an hour, in 1 hour, because there are extensive arguments to be made. Senior counsel from Delhi, Mukul Rohatgi, is in Bombay High Court, is sitting in the court. At the same time, ASG Anil Singh will argue. So these all the things take time. So it is really difficult to say whether the case will be completed and the arguments will be completed today, but the likelihood of the case coming up for a hearing and its argument starting is likely that in half hour or 1 hour the case will come up for hearing. Back to you.
All right. Also, Mustafa, get us more details about what the Narcotics Bureau has in fact told the Bombay High Court, given that their arguments in fact have been fairly consistent both at the Narcotics Control Bureau's court and also at the Sessions Court in terms of Aryan's involvement in a bigger racket. Mustafa.
Well, clearly, all the evidences which we had put forth before at the Sessions Court, the NCB in its reply has filed the same in the High Court. They are also referring to drug stats. They are referring. They have also said that the investigation is getting influenced, and they have blamed SRK's manager Pooja Dadlani for influencing the witness in the case. One of the witnesses which has turned hostile. So NCB has clearly put the blame on her. There is a lot going on, and the grounds of the drug seizure and conspiracy and 20 people being arrested in this case. They are trying to probe one of the international person with the help of MEA. So these are points which time and again the NCB has placed before court, and even before the High Court they have said it. We'll have to wait and see when it comes for argument whether NCB adds more value and more evidences in this entire argument to oppose Aryan Khan's bail tooth and nail. Back to you.
Thanks for getting us up to speed with that, Mustafa, with all of those developments. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you for more on that. Well, after dramatic Aryan Ananya drug chats, all eyes are going to be on the Bombay High Court, where Aryan Khan's bail plea is going to be heard. Aryan Khan's bail petition is going to be heard by a single bench of Justice N.W. Sambre. Mukul Rohatgi, who is going to be representing Aryan Khan, has reached Bombay High Court. Aryan's legal team also includes senior lawyers Amit Desai and Satish Manishende. India today has access to the Narcotics Bureau's reply to Aryan's bail application. In its reply, the Narcotics Control Bureau says there are clear instances of tampering with the probe and influencing witnesses. The anti-drug agency says that all accused are connected and that the role of one accused can't be dissected from another. The Bureau has also said that even if no drugs have been recovered from someone, their involvement in a larger conspiracy forms the basis of the investigations. Well, the Narcotics Control Bureau has opposed Aryan Khan's bail again, and this time the agency has named Shah Rukh's closest aide, his manager Pooja Dadlani, accusing her of influencing witnesses and hampering this probe. Here's more.
Witnesses are being influenced. The investigation is being hampered. Shah Rukh's team is meddling with the probe. This is the charge the Narcotics Control Bureau has levelled in its affidavit in the High Court while opposing Aryan Khan's bail plea. The NCB, for the first time in its written statement to the court, has named Shah Rukh Khan's Woman Friday his manager, Pooja Dadlani. Pooja Dadlani had been spotted at every court hearing and at Mannat, Shah Rukh Khan's home, time and again since Aryan Khan's arrest. And the NCB alleges that she's been busy influencing witnesses. Here's what the Narcotics Control Bureau affidavit states. Quote, Pooja Dadlani appears to have influenced Punch witness when the investigation is ongoing. Such interference at the stage of investigation is a mala fide attempt to ensure that the same is derailed and the question of truth is obstructed. Unquote. The NCB's sensational claim comes after witness Prabhakar Sail had named Pooja Dadlani, claiming Narcotics Control Bureau agents had sought a bribe via Shah Rukh's manager.
आपने कितने नजदीक से देखा पूजा ददलानी को?
5 फीट के दूरी पे।
अच्छा, एकदम सामने देखा। किसके साथ बात कर रही थी वो?
किरण गोसावी, सैम और ये 3 जन आपस में बात कर रहे थे। मंत्रालय
की बातचीत हो रही थी?
शायद वही हो रहा था, नहीं तो वो क्यों आती थी वहां पर?
Kiran Gosavi, the witness who infamously took that selfie with Aryan Khan and who India Today tracked down, has denied the allegations.
नहीं सर, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है।
तो प्रभाकर ये इल्जाम आप पर क्यों लगा रहे हैं?
उसने मेरे से मतलब इनडायरेक्टली बोला था कि मुझे पैसा दो, नहीं तो मैं फिर पंचनामे पे जो साइन किया है उसके बारे में मैं कुछ बोल दूंगा। मैं बोला जो बोलना है वो बोलो, बाकी चीजें कोर्ट में देखी जाएगी।
In the midst of all the back and forth in the drug case, the NCB has now dragged in SRK's manager in the case as well. Pooja Dadlani has been Shah Rukh Khan's go-to person for years now. And there has been stoic silence from Dadlani on all the allegations against her.
While the NCB's strongest argument against Aryan's bail is the influencing of crucial witnesses, the narco agency has also put forth several other reasons in their detailed affidavit on exactly why Aryan Khan should remain at Arthur Road Jail even beyond the 19 days he has spent there. The NCB maintains that Aryan was in touch with several international drug peddlers, something that needs to be probed further. The agency has also reiterated that there is evidence that Aryan procured, transported and consumed narcotics. The NCB has also highlighted what it calls Aryan's link to the other accused, particularly friend Arbaz Merchant. The Narcotics Control Bureau is under fire over allegations of extortion and has now hit back with grave charges of Shah Rukh Khan's team attempting to hamper the drug investigation. In such circumstances, will the Bombay High Court grant Aryan Khan bail or rule in the Narcotics Control Bureau's favour? With Kamlesh Sutar, Saurabh Vakhtania and Divyesh Singh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, Aryan Khan has been in the Arthur Road jail for days now and his bail plea is going to be heard in the Bombay High Court today. Remember, Aryan's bail has been rejected twice before. Once by the Narcotics Control Bureau Court and the other time by the Sessions Court. India Today has exclusively accessed Aryan Khan's bail plea, where he says that old WhatsApp chats can't be used to link him to a larger conspiracy.
Aryan Khan is taking his fight for bail to the Bombay High Court. Locked in Mumbai's Arthur Road jail, superstar Shah Rukh Khan's son has seen his plea in lower court rejected repeatedly. India Today has accessed exclusive details of the 23-year-old bail application, loaded with fierce counters to the NCB's charges. In his bail plea, Aryan has argued that just because he's influential, it cannot be presumed that he might tamper with proof. Arguing further, Aryan's bail plea states that there is no evidence to support the charges being made by the NCB. The Narcotics Bureau has claimed that it has found chats of Aryan Khan with peddlers, alleging a deeper international drug syndicate. Aryan's arguments is that the WhatsApp chats pertain to events before the cruise party and cannot be linked to any conspiracy. The superstar's son has reiterated that he is no way connected to any drug trafficking racket, arguing that no narcotics were recovered from his possession by the NCB, adding that a reformative approach.
And we have news just coming in. Aryan Khan's bail plea hearing to begin shortly. Both sides, the legal teams have been allowed inside the courtroom, which is of course an indication that the hearing is going to be starting soon, or else they wouldn't be allowed, given that there were at least 12 more cases pending before Aryan Khan. But given the fact that both the legal teams have been allowed inside court is an indication. We'll try and go across to Mustafa more on that. But what we know right now is that both the legal teams have entered the courtroom where the bail plea in fact is going to be heard in just any time now. Aryan Khan's bail plea hearing is going to begin shortly is what we know. The legal teams of both the sides have been asked to come to the courtroom, to be inside the courtroom where the hearing is going to start anytime now is what we are hearing. Remember, this is the third attempt by Aryan Khan to get bail in the high-profile drugs bust cruise case, in fact. And this is going to be one opportunity for Aryan Khan to present his case before the Bombay High Court, after which there could be possible delays if at all it doesn't really work out in his favor and works out by chance in the favor of the Narcotics Control Bureau, which has been opposing the bail plea of Aryan Khan to the name. Devesh is getting us more details. Devesh, a significant indication that the hearing might just start anytime now is because the lawyers wouldn't have been asked to step inside the courtroom, because usually if the case is pending, the lawyers do tend to be present outside and around the courtroom, isn't it?
Well, Sneha, the case number, the hearing number 55 is going on right now, and Aryan Khan's bail plea is listed at number 57. So it's just one more case hearing is about to happen, and then Aryan Khan's bail plea will be heard by the one-member bench, that is Justice Samre's bench. It will be decided after arguments what will happen, if Aryan Khan gets bail or not. But as of now, it seems that it will be heard today itself, and within a short time, his bail plea will come up before the bench, before Justice Samre's bench at the Bombay High Court. All the lawyers representing, including senior lawyer Mukul Rohatgi, is present at the Bombay High Court. His assistants are present. The Narcotics Control Bureau is present. ASG Anil Singh, representing the Narcotics Control Bureau, is also present inside the court, and very soon the hearing could begin. Sneha.
Also, what's also significant is the manner in which consistently the Narcotics Control Bureau has been talking about how, the investigations in this case might just get influenced because the people involved are extremely high profile and they're influential people. The case just could have been strengthened by the latest allegation, and of course this has to be proven in court, that Pooja Dadlani, the manager of Shah Rukh Khan, has been in a position to influence the matter, and she's been doing so.
Well, this is the most important point that any prosecution, any law enforcement agency raises while opposing bail application of an accused, that he could tamper with the evidence and he could influence witnesses if granted bail. In this case, we are hearing, even though the accused is behind bars, and people working for his father, like Pooja Dadlani is the manager working for Shah Rukh Khan, her name has come up, and NCB has alleged that she is influencing witnesses. Remember, an independent witness, Prabhakar Sahil, has come up with an affidavit where he states that there was an extortion ploy going on. His employer KP Gosavi, who is also an independent witness in this case, was speaking to Pooja Dadlani along with one person, Sam D'Souza, and they had allegedly demanded 25 crores in extortion to let Aryan go, let free Aryan from this case, and then they were to settle for 18 crores, of which they had decided that 8 crores will be paid to Samir Wankhede. That is what the affidavit filed by Prabhakar Sahil states. 8 crore will be paid to Samir Wankhede, while 10 crores will be divided amongst them. And this is what these are what the allegations are leveled against Sameer Wankhede, against NCB, and against some of the independent witnesses. NCB now is trying to fix this situation, and they have clearly stated that Pooja Dadlani was influencing the witnesses. So if at all Pooja Dadlani did come into contact with Prabhakar Sahil or any other independent witness, this again brings to light that accused person's associate or a person working for the accused person was trying to contact a case witness, be it a punch witness, be it an independent witness, but he is a case witness, and if at all they have contacted them, this is in complete violation. And that is why NCB has brought up this point in front of the court, that even though the accused is behind bars, people working for him, people working for his father are contacting witnesses, are influencing them, and now these allegations are being leveled on the NCB top brass. So bail shouldn't be granted, bail should be opposed on this particular ground. That is what the response filed by NCB states. Sneha.
You know, Divyesh, but just to tell us that given that the NCB is still investigating the matter, they also have to justify before the court why they require custodial interrogation of Aryan Khan, given that the charge sheet also has not been filed in this case. That is something also that the court is likely to question.
Well, Sneha, Aryan Khan is not in custody right now. He is in judicial custody. So he is not in custody of Narcotics Control Bureau anymore. He is in judicial custody, and he remains to be lodged in jail as he is under trial. And the charge sheet could take some time. It could take few months to be filed in this case. It could take up to 180 days for the charge sheet to file. But what NCB states is that Aryan Khan comes from an influential family, and if he is let out of jail, he could influence witnesses, he could influence other people who are associated with this case and who are case witnesses. So that is why he shouldn't be allowed to go. He should remain behind bars. That is what the NCB is stating. That is what NCB has told the earlier two courts also. They have argued the same thing in the Metropolitan Magistrate Court. They have argued the same thing at the Sessions Court, where bail of Aryan Khan was rejected. Bail application was rejected in both the courts. Now it's going to be heard at the Bombay High Court, and it depends on the argument from both sides and what Justice Sambre decides further on what order to be given in this particular bail application. As of now, it seems that NCB is relying on the same grounds that they had brought up earlier. One new point that they have added is Pooja Dadlani trying to influence an independent witness, and that becomes a very important point because Pooja Dadlani works for Aryan Khan's father. She is the only person who is being seen at the NCB office, at the court, speaking with lawyers, speaking with NCB officials, while the case was being registered against Aryan Khan, while he was arrested, while he was in NCB custody, and again when he was sent to judicial custody. It is only once that Aryan Khan has met his father Shah Rukh Khan at the Arthur Road prison. Other than that, it's every time he has met Pooja Dadlani. So she is the person, she is the point person between her and her parents, between Aryan Khan and his parents.
Okay, be with us. We'll just come back to you. Saurav Vakhtani also continues to be with us. Saurav, like many legal eagles have been arguing that using WhatsApp conversations as primary evidence is not something that's going to be admissible in court. It's going to be extremely difficult for the Narcotics Control Bureau to hinge an entire case on these WhatsApp conversations. I'll just tell our viewers that the hearing has just begun. That's the latest update that we are getting in from the Bombay High Court, where Aryan Khan's bail hearing in the High Court has just begun. This is the third attempt by Aryan Khan to get bail, and his advocate Mukul Rohatgi has begun the arguments in this case, arguing for bail for Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan. Saurav is with us. Saurav, in fact, Mukul Rohatgi earlier had spoken to India Today also, and he was talking exactly about this. How can one just rely on WhatsApp conversations and use that as primary evidence to build a case?
Well, absolutely, Sneha. See, most of the cases which the NCB has done in the last few years all are heavily relied on the WhatsApp chats. They have got the mobile phone of the accused. In this case, they have seized their mobile phone, they get the WhatsApp chat, and based on the WhatsApp chat, the investigation goes on further. And clearly now the questions are being raised on only that whether WhatsApp chats are admissible in the court. There can be whole case can go on the WhatsApp chat merely. The answer is no, because you know, Sneha, in the court, inside the court, when the hearing for the trial hearing actually starts, there has to be corroboration with the evidence. There has to be seizure, there has to be arrest of other drug peddlers in the case, and therefore whenever the questions of only WhatsApp chats have been asked at that particular time, the NCB clearly says that this is not merely a WhatsApp chat, but there is a whole conspiracy, there is whole correlation between all the accused, and therefore this is whole syndicate. We are not relying only on WhatsApp chat here. What NCB is trying to figure out, what NCB is telling court right now, is that they are co-related. All the accused, moreover 20 accused have been arrested till now in this case, Neha. What the NCB is saying that if one person does not have possession of drugs, if he does not have any money available with him, but there is a correlation. What is that correlation? It's about Aryan Khan. What they are saying is, if Aryan Khan does not possess drug, he does not have money, but his friend, his very close friend, Arbaz, who had left from his home, they both left for this particular cruise ship together from the home. The drugs were brought by Arbaz. It was not just for him, but it was to be distributed to others as well. Very importantly,
just be with us. I'll just come back to you for more on that. A quick update for our viewers coming in from the court where Mukul Rohatgi is arguing for Aryan Khan. I'm going to just tell our viewers what Mukul Rohatgi has said. I'm appearing for Aryan, and also that the ASG, the Additional Solicitor General, has said that they have filed a rejoinder, to which Rohatgi says that is hardly a rejoinder. Amit Desai arguing that our juniors and papers are outside and police are not able to handle the situation. For all that, the lawyers are saying, I'm going to go across to my colleague Mustafa, who is in fact right outside court, helping us understand what's going on inside court from where our colleagues are sending all of these updates. Mustafa, the arguments have just begun where Rohatgi seems to have... Okay, we'll continue, in fact, we'll ask that question to Divyesh, who is in court as well. Divyesh, in fact, Rohatgi seems to be saying that that is hardly a rejoinder. It doesn't even qualify for a rejoinder. Just explain to us what really does that mean.
Well, the hearing has just begun in court, and Amit Desai, who also representing Aryan Khan, he said that our juniors and papers are outside and police are not able to handle the situation. So again, other than that, he said they are not allowing anyone to come in the pulling and pushing that is taking place, the courtroom. So there's heavy crowd inside the courtroom where this hearing is going on, and police, the lawyer points out that police are unable to handle the situation. And also, ASG Anil Singh is present at the court. He earlier pointed out regarding the response that was submitted. Other than that, there's huge ruckus going on outside the courtroom because there's huge crowd of lawyers, other people who have assembled there outside this particular courtroom to hear on what's happening regarding Aryan Khan's bail. Rohatgi has started arguing, and he said he's also said that he doesn't understand why many lawyers are trying to get inside the courtroom. So he says he'll try to be brief, and he starts his argument. Aryan came back to India during COVID as he was studying in California. This saga started on October 2. Aryan was not a customer. He was a special guest. He was invited by a man named Pradeep Gaba, who was an event manager. So these are the facts which have already been brought to light earlier also by Amit Desai, by Satish Manishinde at the Metropolitan Magistrate Court and at the Sessions Court. Same fact is being brought to light by Mukul Rohatgi in front of the Bombay High Court. They are trying to bring to light the fact that Aryan Khan was not part of any conspiracy. He was not part of any planning because he was just a guest who was invited. He had not planned to go on this trip. He had not purchased a ticket for this trip. He again says that Aryan was not a customer, and remember Pratik Gaba, this person's name was also brought to light. It led to a war of words between NCP, Nationalist Congress Party leaders, and the NCB officials, where they said that Pratik Gaba was allowed to go while Aryan Khan was arrested. Again, Mukul Rohatgi says that Aryan and Arbaz were invited. They were there without the tickets.
Okay.
They reached around 4:30 p.m. at the cruise terminal. It appears that NCB had prior information about people carrying drugs, so they were present in some strength at the cruise terminal. So remember, as per the Panchnama, NCB officials were already present. Intelligence officer of NCB, Ashish Ranjan Prasad, along with few staffers of NCB and with the help of few CISF personnel, was already present at the cruise terminal, at the entrance of the terminal, and where they had begun frisking few passengers, few selected passengers, because they had a specific tip-off. They also had names of some people who were allegedly carrying drugs.
Yes.
And that is what Mukul Rohatgi points out, that there was no planning involved. Aryan Khan wasn't invited. His friend Arbaz Merchant wasn't. They hadn't planned. They were invited for the event. They were invited for the
Yes,
cruise.
Divyesh, be
And
with
that
us.
is
In
why
fact,
they
sort
had
of these
gone.
are arguments that have been made in court also before. And Rohatgi has spoken to us about this as well, that nothing has been recovered. Had been recovered from Aryan Khan. The same is saying in court. No medical examination was done to show that drugs were being consumed. These, of course, are updates that are coming in from our colleague Vidya, who continues to be inside court. Saurav.
Well, absolutely, Sneha. These are the very interesting arguments which now starts inside the Bombay High Court. Remember, when Amit Desai was representing Aryan Khan in the Sessions Court, such arguments we heard at that particular time as well. Now, very importantly, what they're mentioning about this is that no medical examination was done. This is in regards to the blood test and the urine test, which generally is done during such rave parties. Remember, Sneha, whenever such rave parties are busted by the officials, immediately at that particular time itself, when the raids goes on, Sneha, that particular time, the officials actually carry out blood test and the urine test. This is what generally has been done. But this is what India Today asked the question to Samir Wankhede in this particular whole case. What he said is, according to law, it is the discretionary power of the investigating officer. What they have to say is, it's not at all completely necessary that every time we take blood test or urine test, but if it is in the power of investigating officer that if there is drug has been seized, there are people who have been found with drugs, the drug is seized from the proper place where the raids actually happened. So these tests are not important. So such questions were already raised, and this question has to be raised, Sneha, because earlier all the raids which we see in the drug cases, at the particular spot itself, on the night itself, the investigating officer, the officials actually conduct the blood test and the urine test. But in this particular case, nothing was done. Let me tell you, and this is the most important argument right now. The advocates for Aryan Khan are presenting in front of court. This is what they are saying is, if Aryan Khan was consumer, he was going to consume drugs, then why his medical test was not done? Because no drugs was found from him, no tickets for him was booked for the cruise ship. He was just an invitee. And now what the new thing which the arguments come in, that Arbaz even Arbaz had no tickets for this particular cruise ship. So what they are saying is that this is particular group who has just been invited to particular place. So you can't say that it was very much pre-planned, because like what NCB is saying in this particular case, Neha, that they were investigating this case for the last 15 days. They had a proper tip-off that proper group of people are going to take drugs inside the cruise ship. And when this whole raid was conducted, what the point is being made from Aryan and other advocates over here is that this was nothing planned. This particular invitation to Aryan Khan and other was given just a day before. So what you are saying is that the 15 to 20 days back whole planning was going on, that there is going to be a huge drug party on the cruise ship. It is not the case.
No
the
occasion to arrest my client, short and simple, is what Mukul Rohatgi has just said. Saurav, Mukul Rohatgi has just said there was no occasion to arrest my client. He's made this argument in court that Arbaz was a friend of Aryan Khan. Otherwise, Rohatgi isn't concerned with Arbaz, who had some 6 grams of drugs in his shoes, and Arbaz has denied this, of course, is what Rohatgi is saying. But Aryan had no connection with that or with recovery of drugs, if at all, is what Mukul Rohatgi has told the court.
Very importantly, Snehan, look how the arguments absolutely changes from court to court. Very importantly, when it was in the Sessions Court, what Arbaz's lawyer actually told the court that particular drugs which Arbaz took to this particular ship, it was for his own consumption. Now, what's the maximum punishment for the own consumption? Is maximum punishment is for 1 year, or you are sent to a rehabilitation, or you are given a warning and you are let off. Now, listen in what Mukul Rohatgi has to say. He says that Arbaz is now completely denying that he was possession of any drugs. But I don't want to comment on Arbaz because he is Aryan's friend. I know that he is Aryan's friend, but I am not concerned with. But what he is saying, that it could even be planted. So what right now it is happening, the questions have been raised on the way of functioning of the NCB officials. Remember, the NCB officials' name and the investigating team have already been put into public domain, that so many questions have been already raised by NCB leader Nawab Malik, and most importantly, the shocking revelation by the most important witness in this whole case, Prabhakar Sahil, who has filed an affidavit claiming that it was an extortion case blaming Samir Wankhede itself. So these are the main allegations which are being raised. And most importantly, one more thing which is the advocates clearly mentioned, that Aryan Khan was out of India studying. He came very recently. So what NCB officials are saying, that this was proper planning and everything, it is nothing of that sort. It was just a day before invitee on 1st of October. My client was actually invited, Arbaz was invited, and we went to the party. We did not even have a ticket. We are completely not at all involved in this particular case.
Okay. All right. Be with us, Saurabh. I'm just going to go across to Divyesh also. He's making Rohatgi there, making some important points about how policemen record statements. What does he seem to be suggesting here? Just take us through the details of what he's just told in court in terms of policemen having police powers. Divyesh.
Well, Mukul Rohatgi argues in front of the court that statement was recorded on October 3 and it has been retracted. So this same thing was mentioned by Satish Mane Shinde at the Metropolitan Magistrate Court also, while Anil Singh, the ASG, had clearly stated that only a statement can only be retracted during trial and not during the bail application. So he says, I have raised it in regards to policemen record statements and have police powers. I have raised it with regards to every special act. All these policemen, even PMLA and Supreme Court has ruled about NDPS in Tufan Singh, in the Tufan Singh judgment. See, so remember, Justice Tufan Singh judgment is very important over here, because there was a section 67 of NDPS Act, which empowered the Narcotics Control Bureau to record a statement, and it was considered that the statement has been recorded in front of a judicial officer. But this particular agency, as per the Justice Tufan Singh judgment, it was clearly stated that NCB does not have any special powers. It is just a police agency. It's a law enforcement agency. It does not have judicial powers. And that is what is the Justice Tufan Singh judgment. And that is why the section 67 NDPS, under which statements were recorded, and it was considered as evidence, because if you give statement in front of a magistrate, it is considered as evidence. And now that powers have been taken away after the Justice Tufan Singh judgment. That is what has been pointed out by Mukul Rohatgi at the Bombay High Court. It states that Tufan Singh, that they will be hit by section 25 of Evidence Act, that the statement recording, again he states that the statement recorded by NCB is no longer admissible in court. So that is what I mentioned, that Justice Tufan Singh judgment clearly states that policemen have police powers. They do not have judicial powers, and that is why the statement that they have recorded is not admissible in court, and that's why it is reacted. Rohatgi points out to a case of Kalpana Trai, who was booked under TADA as someone else has shot someone else. So the conscious possession cannot be held. The second thing which is put against me, it is not that there was a party going on and police were caught in it. This is small quantity. So remember, Aryan Khan and Arbaz Merchant were intercepted at the terminal gate itself. They were not intercepted in any party. There was no party going on. There was no party. If at all a party was planned, it was yet to happen on the cruise ship. These two men were caught at the cruise terminal gate itself, and that is where drugs were recovered allegedly from Arbaz Merchant's shoes.
Yes.
There was
Devesh,
no
be with us. We'll just come back to you again
Khan.
for more on that. And that's an important point that you make, reiterating something that Rohatgi has been telling the court. Saurabh, that they were not even in this cruise ship to begin with. On what basis are you saying that they consumed drugs, or were they in possession of drugs? That is not true. That again is something that the Narcotics Control Bureau has to prove in court. And we've been saying this because Rohatgi has underscored this time and again what the NCB has right now in terms of evidences which can't be treated as primary evidence, according to Rohatgi, is only and only WhatsApp conversations, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, Sneha. Listen, first of all, we have to understand that the whole investigation, the whole trial in this whole case, when it comes for the trial basis inside the court, only WhatsApp chats, it cannot be relied upon. The WhatsApp chats are not at all sufficient. It has to be correlated. And therefore, time and again, every time when the NCB officials come up for the hearing in this case, what they say is, we get WhatsApp chats, but we get the links between each other. All the accused are correlated. This is where Aryan Khan's lawyer is pointing out that there is no correlation. Arbaz, if there is any possession with Arbaz Merchant, I'm sorry to say, if the possession of drug is with Arbaz, then it is his under control. I have nothing to do with it. I even don't know if Arbaz has any drugs available with him. The drugs was not meant for me. So clearly what they are trying to say is, if Arbaz has drug with him, why Aryan is being made accused in this case? They say that even if they left from the house both together, Aryan never knew that Arbaz had drugs with him. Aryan also did not say that it was meant for me. Remember, initially when the accused were arrested, they had given a statement to the NCB official on that particular day. Now what happened is that statement was retracted. Now they have all rights to retract from the statement, because you know, Sneha, the statement given to any police official or any police body is not at all admissible in the court. For that, legally, let me tell you, that particular statement has to be recorded under section 164 or CRPC. If this particular section 164 CRPC, that is the statement which has been recorded in this front of magistrate. Now that has never happened in this NCB case. Now none of the statement which the NCB officials took when they were in the custody, none of the statement were taken under section 164 of the CRPC. So that will be never admissible in the court. Now whatever statement the accused have given in the case, they have retracted it, and they have all their rights legally to retract the statement. So this is what the lawyers for Aryan are clearly arguing in this case, that the statement which was given initially was retracted, and now whatever has been done, that we were not in possession of the drug, we never consumed drug, and whatever the NCB is trying to say, that it was a huge party, there was a rave party which was going on, so many people interconnected, that party never happened. In fact, my client never even entered inside the ship. This raid actually happened when they were actually trying to board. So this is what the arguments are right now happening. So it will be very interesting to see, Sneha, what the NCB has to say. Because last time during the Sessions Court, when we saw, the hearing was going on very smoothly. But at the end, NCB officials come up with the whole bunch of WhatsApp chats. They present in front of the judge, and after that what happens, you really know. So we will still wait what the arguments of NCB are.
Yes, sort of a quick
Mukul
update for our
Rohtgi
viewers.
will definitely take a time.
Rohatgi has been making an argument in court right now for the small quantity, and I'm going to read from what he's just saying in terms of the charges being leveled against Aryan Khan and the others in this case. Of course, Rohatgi is arguing for Aryan Khan. The small quantity is not enough to keep me. So what is out against us is that many other people had other items of this substance with commercial quantity. In fact, this is what is being said in court right now. describing the kind of quantity that was procured and the kind of quantity that was recovered. So 27A is charged. This is larger punishment. Aryan is not charged for it. What are you punishing him for when the quantity is less, is what Rohatgi essentially is saying. So they say we are not charging you under 27A, but we will charge you under 27 conspiracy. Going across to Divyesh to break that down for us, in which Rohatgi seems to be suggesting in court that the charges levels Aryan Khan also under relevant sections are not relevant, actually, is what Rohatgi is telling the court just now, Divyesh.
Well, Rohatgi has again brought up the point that this small quantity which was recovered from Arbaz merchant, that is 6 grams of charas that was found in his shoes, is not enough to keep him behind bars, to keep Aryan Khan behind bars. He also goes on to say, so what is out against us that many people had other items of this substance with commercial quantity. So 27A is charged. This is larger. Aryan is not charged for it. 27A under NDPS is financing illegal traffic of narcotic substances, harboring drug traffickers. That is the section 27A of narcotic, drug and psychotropic substances. So that section has not been applied against Aryan Khan, and that is what Mukul Rohatgi points out. But he says that he has been charged under conspiracy. But this is an amorphous charge. They say he again argues on the charge of 29, that is the conspiracy, because of which, remember, earlier also I had pointed out that section 29 of NDPS that has been invoked against Aryan Khan and others. This was not the section charged when he was arrested. This was only invoked during his second remand.
Okay, Divyesh, be with us.
When he was arrested.
Remember, Mukul Rohatgi is arguing for Aryan Khan, but he keeps referring to the quantity of drugs, if at all, recovered from Arbaz merchant, because he says that Aryan Khan was, of course, a friend of Arbaz merchant, and it's pertinent for him to talk about him at this point in time. But Rohatgi isn't really arguing for Arbaz merchant. More information coming in. Now Rohatgi is making arguments about the WhatsApp conversations. I'm going to read out from that. They say WhatsApp chats have recovered, which are from 2018-2019. The agency has these chats, but none of these chats are about the cruise party. That's another important point, sort of, that Rohatgi has managed to make in court, saying that even if you rely on WhatsApp conversations, at least it's got nothing to do with big cruise bust case that you're talking about.
Well, absolutely, Sneha. Like, this is what the questions we were actually asking the NCB officials, because, you know, this whole case is about the cruise ship drug bust case. So from wherein these chats from 2018-19 are coming up, and why this case is been dragged into such long back checks. So what NCB officials on this said that this is all again very correlated. But very interestingly pointed out by Mukul Rohatgi, what he's saying is, if even these chats are there, but you talk about this particular cruise ship case, the case is something else. You are going in some other direction. You talk about this particular case. In this particular case, I have nothing to do with Arbaz. Even if he came along with me to this particular cruise ship, I never knew that he was bringing drugs. No possession of drugs was found from me. No particular money was found from me. You did not even did any medical examination on me. How can you say this, that I am correlated with all this accused? I was not even in India 15 days back. I come very recently from California. I was studying over there, and now you say that there is a whole conspiracy. There is whole lot of correlation between all the accused. So this is not possible. So this is what right now Mukul Rohatgi is saying in this court, that you talk about this particular cruise ship case. You don't talk about the chats which are happening in 2018 and 2019. For that chats, you cannot keep me inside the jail. If you want to talk about those particular chats and those particular investigation and all those detailing can be done when this particular case come up for the trial. So when this trial actually happens, Neha, this is very important. The NCB get a stipulated period of time to file a charge sheet. The charge sheet is particularly given in the NDPS code, and after which the trial actually happened. So it is a long time which the charge sheet will be filed and the trial will go on. So what Mukul Rohatgi is saying, that thing can happen later on. You talk about this particular case. In this particular case, there is nothing in possession with me. I am not at all involved with anyone. Why are you putting me inside? I am not at all correlated.
All right, more arguments in court where Rohatgi is in fact saying that if I put against myself, assuming for conspiracy that 5 to 10 people, they plan and say they will go to a ship to smoke, there is a meeting of mind, but that program is of consumption. Here you have caught me before that could have been done. So Rohatgi essentially, Divyesh is saying that if at all you presume that that was the plan initially, that was not even done. So where is the consumption bit? That has not happened also.
Well, Sneha, this point that Mukul Rohatgi has raised is very important, and it connects to the same point, the questions that people have been raising. Why the blood and urine test of Aryan Khan, if he has been booked for consumption, why that test was not done? So, remember, if that test was done and the consumption hasn't happened, the party did not happen. They were intercepted at the cruise terminal gate itself. And if that medical test was done and the test report was negative, that would have gone against prosecution. That would have killed the whatever evidence that NCB has. That would have destroyed the evidence, because now it proves that this person hasn't consumed any kind of drugs. This person hasn't consumed any drugs or narcotic substances. That becomes a very important and valid evidence to seek bail, if at all he is booked, to seek bail from court. The lawyers representing Aryan Khan and others would have argued on that, and they would have relied on that medical document. And that is where NCB did not carry out medical test on any of the accused. They did
more updates coming in from court. Divyesh, be with us. Also, Saurav, I don't want to prejudice the case, is what Mukul Rohatgi is saying. The case of Arbaz, remember, Mukul Rohatgi is only arguing for Aryan Khan, but he has to talk about Arbaz, given that Arbaz merchant and Aryan Khan were detained and then arrested together. According to Arbaz, is what Mukul Rohatgi is saying, the case is, this was planted, meaning the drugs were planted, 6 grams. He will argue his case, but there is nothing to connect that there is any drug found on him. 23 days have gone by. Mukul Rohatgi, time and again, Saurabh, also underscoring the point that he's had to bring up the case of Arbaz merchant. He doesn't want to prejudice us, but even if you presume that drugs were indeed found on him, he will fight his case. But it doesn't link it with Aryan Khan, who's been in the custody for 23 days now.
Sneha, let me tell you, this is massive. This is huge. Let me tell you again that already there were so many allegations against the NCB, and now Mukul Rohatgi inside the court giving an argument. This is huge. What he's saying, that the drugs was actually planted. Let me tell you, this is a very huge statement which has been given by Mukul Rohatgi inside the court, inside the Bombay High Court, argumenting for Aryan Khan. What he's saying is, Arbaz has to say that the drugs were actually planted. Who planted these drugs? This is the most important question now needs to be answered, because earlier, let me tell you, in the arguments inside the Sessions Court, Arbaz's lawyer clearly stated that it was for his personal consumption that he brought the drugs to this particular ship, and it was not at all correlated. The drugs were not meant for Aryan. The drugs were not meant for Munmun Dhamecha as well. He brought that particular drugs for himself only, and the maximum, let me tell you, the maximum punishment for consumption of drugs for this particular quantity is not more than 1 year. Now, this is what is happening inside the court. This is big. What the lawyers are saying is that Arbaz, the drugs which has been found from Arbaz's possession was planted. So now a different investigation. This is a new twist in this whole case. Now, who planted this particular drugs with Arbaz? Because, you know, based on the possession of drugs found from Arbaz, the NCB is saying that this particular drugs was to be used by Aryan. So this is correlation what NCB is saying. But now lawyer is saying that this drug was actually planted. So this is a big questions mark which have been raised on the NCB's investigation. Let me tell you, the NCB officials are already in dock. So many questions have been raised by the NCB party. The witnesses are actually raising so many questions. The number one witness in this case, Prabhakar Sahil, has already filed an affidavit. He's already gone to the Mumbai Police Commissioner meeting.
Yes, be with us, Divyesh. Quick update from the court just now. This caves, in fact, is what Rohatgi is saying, gives the impression that Aryan Khan was carrying drugs. Now look at the Panchnama. Rohatgi going on to detail about the Panchnama. He says, I'm going to speak about two. I have filed that I have nothing to do with the unsavory proceedings and I do not accuse any NCB official. Important. Rohatgi also goes on to say that there is some enmity between. That unsavory comment is rebounding to me. Yesterday, the NCB official said it is because of rivalry between the NCB ministers. So politics that has been playing out outside of the court is now being brought inside court by the lawyer arguing for Aryan Khan. Mukul Rohatgi saying that whose SIL or sister-in-law, I presume, was arrested earlier. Just correct me if I'm wrong, Divyesh, about the kind of politics that Mukul Rohatgi has been referring to. I think when he says NCB minister, he's talking about Nawab Malik and what has been playing out between Sameer Wankhede and Nawab Malik outside the court. That seems to be having a repercussion, Rohatgi says, on the Aryan Khan case.
Well, yes, Sneha, Mukul Rohatgi is referring to the war of words that has been going on between NCP's Nawab Malik and Narcotics Control Bureau Sameer Wankhede. So NCP's Nawab Malik's son-in-law Sameer Khan was indeed arrested by the Narcotics Control Bureau. Sameer Wankhede was supervising the case. He was booked and he remained behind bars before he got bail last month. Before he was released on bail after around 8 months he spent in prison. Again, he clearly states that I don't want to get involved into this, but I am referring to the two panchas. There are two panchnamas that have been done in this particular case. So these two panchas, that is KP Gosavi and Prabhakar Sahil, who have made statements. KP Gosavi is the person who is seen clicking a selfie that went viral with Aryan Khan while he was intercepted by the Narcotics Control Bureau. Again, Prabhakar Sahil is the person who worked for KP Gosavi and he has now leveled allegations against Narcotics Control Bureau. He has leveled extortion allegations and various other allegations. He goes on to say that I have filed an affidavit distancing myself from all these statements. This is an enmity or rivalry between the Narcotics Control Bureau and the NCP minister Nawab Malik, whose son-in-law was arrested. So again, he says that I have filed a 2-page affidavit distancing myself from it. I have a great case of my own to argue. There is no recovery. Recovery only from Arbaz, who has also denied it. And I have nothing to do with the unsavory controversy of the panchas. So again, remember, the response that the NCB has filed, they have brought in Pooja Dadlani's name. They have said that Pooja Dadlani is trying to influence the witness. And here, Mukul Rohatgi is stating that I have filed an affidavit of my own where I am distancing myself from the panchas and whatever statements that they have made.
All right, significant developments as the matter is being heard
from the
as we speak right now. Divyesh getting us all of those details. Also, Saurabh, do continue to be with us as we are, in fact, keeping a very close eye on that big story developing from the Bombay High Court, where Aryan Khan's bail plea has come up and Mukul Rohatgi is making a case for bail against Aryan Khan. Keeping a close eye on that.